Let's wait for a few more minutes, then we will start. Okay, great. So we'll wait for just a few more minutes, then we'll start within 5 minutes. We will start in 2 3 minutes more. All right. let's start. Sorry for the delay. So this is going to be a class on the one of the most important topic of PT, which is related to read aloud. Whenever you are talking about read aloud, it contributes to your marks for reading as well as speaking. So you have to make sure that whatever you are pronouncing, it should be clear enough so that it is properly caught by the AI software. Alright, AI, artificial intelligence is a software which helps in understanding your accent, and also it determines your fluency. Based on that, it is very useful. So you have to be thorough and clear enough so that it catches your voice. Um, let's see. There are four main things for this read aloud. One of the main important thing is your content. Okay, and that is how you are reading. Then you have pronunciation. It depends on the pronunciation of your words. Then you have fluency, like whether you are maintaining the continuity in the paragraph whenever you are reading it. That is called as fluency. And also it depends on how you are expressing yourself. Okay, so this read aloud, it gives you marks for both reading as well as writing, reading as well as speaking. So majority of the marks goes to your speaking section, and uh, other marks will go to your reading section. So if your pronunciation is clear, you will get good marks in your content, and you will get good scores in your reading. So based on that, you will get higher scores if your read aloud is perfect. Many of the times people will worry that they are not getting good marks in reading and will focus only on the fill in the blanks, whereas they ignore this important fact that reading marks are also contributed from your this important topic of read aloud. Now let's start with this. We have a paragraph in front of us which is related to urban forest. So we will try to read it for 2 to 3 times. Then we will move on to the next read aloud. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a message in the chat box. After the end of this session, we will discuss related to the comments present in the chat box. Alright, so let's start. Urban forests play a crucial role in promoting urban sustainability and resilience. They contribute to climate change mitigation by sequestering carbon dioxide through photosynthesis. Urban forests also help manage stormwater runoff by absorbing and filtering rainwater, reducing the risk of flooding. Furthermore, these green spaces provide social and psychological benefits such as stress reduction and improved mental well-being. Right? So you have seen, like, wherever there was a full stop, I have given a good amount of stop, and wherever there were commas, I stopped for a small time. Okay, so whenever you come across a comma, that is your helping filler. The like there you have to give a pause of 0.5 seconds, and then you have to continue with the remaining sentence. In this way, you can maintain the fluency of your paragraph. Okay, and then when you are coming to the full stop, you have to stop for a 1 second so that the AI can understand that this is where the sentence ends. If you are going non-stop like a train, then what happens is, although you will get good marks for your fluency, but you will lose marks for your pronunciation. So in this way, you have to focus a lot on pronunciation as well as fluency if you want to excel on your read aloud. Alright, so let's try one more time. Urban forests play a crucial role in promoting urban sustainability and resilience. They contribute to climate change mitigation by sequestering carbon dioxide through photosynthesis. Urban forests also help manage stormwater runoff by absorbing and filtering rainwater, reducing the risk of flooding. Furthermore, these green spaces provide social and psychological benefits such as stress reduction and improved mental well-being. Right? So this is how you have to do your read aloud. If you are doing in this way, then you will definitely get your good scores in the main exam. If you are worrying about your platform scores, whether it be any platform, there is no such platform which gives you accurate marks for your speaking. So you do not need to worry about that. All you need to focus is that whether you are reading it calmly and in a clear tone or not, whether the other person will be able to understand your wordings or not. That is the one of the main thing you have to focus. Alright. Read aloud is not like speaking or shouting to the pitch of your voice. It is all about making sure that you are able to understand what you are speaking. Alright. Read aloud is like a conversation between two friends, and then whenever you are conversing between your friend, you will be stopping at places and you will understand whether the other person is able to understand your words or not. If you are going on continuously reading the complete paragraph, then it will not give any context to your words. Okay, in that way you have to make sure that whatever you are reading, it is clearly understandable. Let's do it one more last time, then we will move on to the next reader on. Urban forests play a crucial role in promoting urban sustainability and resilience. They contribute to climate change mitigation by sequestering carbon dioxide through photosynthesis. Urban forests also help manage stormwater runoff by absorbing and filtering rainwater, reducing the risk of flooding. Furthermore, these green spaces provide social and psychological benefits such as stress reduction and improved mental well-being. Alright, I hope this is clear for you. Now let's move on to the next read aloud, which is root network. So firstly, whenever you are coming across a read aloud, you have to first make sure that you are focusing where the commas are and where the full stops are, so that you understand like where you need to stop and where you need to give a pause. If you maintain that image in your brain, then it will be very easy for you to do read aloud. Alright. Firstly, we have to understand where you need to break your voice and where you have to stop the sentence. So as we can see, there are three sentences in this, okay, and one comma here. Here your first sentence ends at ground, then another sentence ends at deserts, then you have comma at instance, and lastly you have full stop at the water. So these are the four things where you can manage your breath. So let's start with this. The networks of roots that plants use to absorb water and nutrients can encompass a space larger than the part of the plant visible above ground. The nature of these root systems can help plants adapt to challenging environments such as deserts. For instance, mesquite trees can develop taproots capable of digging more than 50 yards deep to reach water. Alright, so in this way, like we have to make sure that how many full stops are there and wherever the commas are there. Once you make the clear understanding of that, you will be able to read aloud properly. Now we will try it one more time. The networks of roots that plants use to absorb water and nutrients can encompass a space larger than the part of the plant visible above ground. The nature of these root systems can help plants adapt to challenging environments such as deserts. For instance, mesquite trees can develop taproots capable of digging more than 50 yards deep to reach water. Right? So in this way, you have to do the read aloud. It is very helpful if you are focusing on your pronunciation as well as on your fluency. Once you get this grip, then you can easily crack the read aloud and you will get good scores in your speaking as well as reading section. Let's do it one more last time, then we'll move on to the next read aloud. The networks of roots that plants use to absorb water and nutrient can encompass a space larger than the part of the plant visible above ground. The nature of these root systems can help plants adapt to challenging environments such as deserts. For instance, mesquite trees can develop taproots capable of digging more than 50 yards deep to reach water. Right? So these are the ways in which you can improve your read aloud. If you are focusing on these things, you can definitely improve it and you will get good scores in your speaking section as well. Let's move on to your next read aloud, child psychology. Now here we have to see that there is a comma at course, then we have full stop at children, then we have several commas at physical, cognitive, social, and lastly we have full stop at development. So let's see how we can do this. Within this pre-course, you will be introduced briefly to the discipline of child psychology and to theories and approaches that have been developed to help us understand and support children's lives by focusing on the individual children. Psychologists can assess changes in their child's abilities over time, including their physical, cognitive, social, and emotional development. Right? So here you have seen how I have given pauses in the different words such as physical, cognitive, social. So here your fluency will not break, although you will get lower scores on your platform practice, but that is not the case in the real exam. So you do not have to worry about that. You only need to focus on whether you are able to read it correctly or not, and whether you are able to pronounce the words properly or not. That is the main thing you have to give your focus on. You do not need to worry about the scores you are getting in your platform marks. Alright, so let's start. Within this pre-course, you will be introduced briefly to the discipline of child psychology and the theories and approaches that have been developed to help us understand and support children's lives by focusing on the individual children. Psychologists can assess changes in their child's ability over time, including their physical, cognitive, social, and emotional development. Alright, so we will do one more last time and then we will move to the next video. Within this pre-course, you will be introduced briefly to the discipline of child psychology and the theories and approaches that have been developed to help us understand and support children's lives by focusing on the individual children. Psychologists can assess changes in their child's ability over time, including their physical, cognitive, social, and emotional development. Alright, so in this way, we have to do the read aloud, and firstly, we have to focus on how you are pronouncing the words. Once you are pronouncing the words properly, then it will be very easy for you to improve your scores in reading. Let's move on to the next read aloud, which is political problems. So let's start with this. The course considers the ways in which thinkers have responded to the particular political problems of their day and the ways in which they contribute to a broader conversation about human goods and needs, justice, democracy, and the proper relationship of the individual to the state. Alright, so here we are only having one complete sentence, and but you have several commas. So use these commas to your advantage so that your fluency is not broken in the middle. Alright, so these are the things where you need to focus on, and here are the things where you have to take the full benefit of these helpful things such as full stops and commas. So let's start again. The course considers the ways in which thinkers have responded to the particular political problems of their day and the ways in which they contribute to a broader conversation about human goods and needs, justice, democracy, and the proper relationship of the individual to the state. So you have seen how I have said it in a continuous way, and I have not even given the complete gap. Alright, so we will do it one more last time, then we will move on to the next read aloud. Let's start. The course considers the ways in which thinkers have responded to the particular political problems of their day and the ways in which they contribute to a broader conversation about human goods and needs, justice, democracy, and the proper relationship of the individual to the state. Right? So this is how you have to develop your stamina so that you are able to maintain your breath throughout the sentence. If the sentence is long, then you have to anyhow tackle it. You can't skip the exam in your real. You can't skip the read aloud thinking that it is too much difficult for you to manage your breath. So if you are planning for superior scores, that is 79 plus, then definitely you need to focus on this and improve your stamina so that you are able to read longer sentences with ease. Alright, so let's move on to the next read aloud, which is about statistics. Statistics are indicators of change and allow meaningful comparisons to be made. While it may be the issues rather than the statistics as such that grab people's attention, it should be recognized that it is the statistics that inform the issues. Statistical literacy, then, is the ability to accurately understand, interpret, and evaluate the data that inform these issues. Right? So in this way, like firstly you have to be able to pronounce the words properly, then only you will be able to excel in your read aloud, and then only you will be able to achieve your superior scores. If you are unable to read any word properly, then it will be very difficult for you to get the marks for content. Although you will get your marks for fluency and you will get good scores in speaking, but since you are not able to pronounce the words properly, you will lose your marks in content, and the content marks are contributed to your reading section. So unless and until you are not perfect in read aloud, it is very difficult for you to achieve 79 plus in reading section, mainly due to this issue of read aloud. Alright, so let's start one more time. Statistics are indicators of change and allow meaningful comparisons to be made. While it may be the issues rather than the statistics as such that grab people's attention, it should be recognized that it is the statistics that inform the issues. Statistical literacy, then, is the ability to accurately understand, interpret, and evaluate the data that inform these issues. Majority of the people make this issue like these are they will pronounce as this. So that is not the correct way. For this you have to read as this only, and for these you have to read as these. You have to give stress. Then only your words will be pronounced properly. So we will doing this one more last time. Then we will move on to the next read aloud. Statistics are indicators of change and allow meaningful comparisons to be made. While it may be the issues rather than the statistics as such that grabs people's attention, it should be recognized that it is the statistics that inform these issues. Statistical literacy, then, is the ability to accurately understand, interpret, and evaluate the data that inform these issues. I hope we are clear till here. So, with this, we will be ending this. If you have any questions, you can enter in the chat box or you can let me know. We will work it on together. Alright, hope this session was useful for everyone whoever have joined. Thank you for your time and patience. Hope you have learned something new and hope you have gained advantage of this session. If possible, I will try to do such sessions in the coming days as well. Whenever possible, mostly on the Sundays, I will be informing you guys and we will try to do another task as well. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a great weekend. Bye bye.